When you feel guilty, you somehow put into your nervous system a cultural emergency brake against a significantly higher level of energy than the one that was allowed to you when you were born or when you were growing up. So it's like an emergency brake of your nervous system when something becomes too good. So what you did before you feeling guilty is something that provided more energy than everything else that you could have done in the situation. And I'm deeply aware of, yes, it gives us energy to yell at others, to do forbidden things, maybe doing illegal things, maybe doing things without consent. I'm super, super clear about what I'm talking about. Criminals have a lot of energy. Why? Because they are almost constantly in an area that is taboo. And that is why you tapping back into your own energetic potential is on a somatic level pure shadow work. Everything that's forbidden, and I'm not talking about illegal stuff, you're fully self-responsible until the last breath of your life for what you do and what you do not do. However, what I'm saying to you is there are energies inside of my and your nervous system that are defined as shadow and bad and wrong and taboo, ugly, weird, too old, too boring, too much, not enough, etc., etc. We feel guilty for all of them. And that is the treasure. You agreeing to being ugly, quote unquote, being too old, being too much and not enough and too stupid, etc., and too broken, frees up so much energy. Normally, we tap a little bit into doing something bad or fantasizing in sex about something that's not quite correct, right? And then we feel guilty. We watch porn and feel guilty afterwards. What's the cure? Watch porn. After watching porn, do not feel guilty. Instead of doing what? Doing an ecstatic dance and then agreeing to the higher level of energy that in this situation or example the porn has provided to you. Why? Because that is how, by you agreeing to staying the sexist that you are, overcoming the sexist inside. Because the sexist is no longer a taboo that needs to fuel you or to boost you up with your own energy, because you are naturally bathing in your level of energy. It is truly a training in the nervous system, containing, tolerating, not fighting against the natural level of energy and aliveness and presence and embodiment. So it's basically the more you overcome feeling guilty, the more you overcome the confusion between self-love and self-hatred, the confusion about your own inner motivations, and the more you overcome living a life being lived against your nature. So basically between or amongst everything that we can talk about that, and we can keep talking about that, and we can go into exchange and exploration, etc., and test everything. Besides all of that, at the end of the day, it's super practical. Guilt is a mindfuck. If you want to change anything inside or around, if you want to improve anything inside or around, stop the mindfuck, go into your body, full opposite pole, pure ecstasy, and after that, let's sit down, have a cup of tea, and really clean things up in a beautiful way, where you are in a trustworthy state in your nervous system, where you are full of self-love, and where you are no longer confusing, oh, I don't deserve anything better. Thank you so much for the courage. It's deep and it's highly effective. Have fun.
Yay! Thank you so much for being into full aliveness, no matter what. This truly means a lot to me. I have dedicated my whole work for over a decade to this topic. How do we become fully alive? And I have put everything that I found together in the so-called online pool, and you will find the link in the description below, and you are super welcome to check it out.